It's going live.
Let me turn him off. He's driving me insane. God.
Hey. So I blew the dust off the bike today and went out riding.
There you go. Now you're live.
Okay. It never shows up on mine. Ah, yeah. I always have to go to the other one. So I blew the dust off the Harley today. What were you telling me about Tomas?
Oh, he sent me a really nice card from my mom's passing. He had it's a church over there where he's at. They do a special thing, and it's signed by the minister there and everything of accepting her into heaven. It's very, very nice.
Oh, that is cool. And we both have the drone United We Drone shirts from Bob Casey.
I'm hoping he pops in because I sent him that email. Actually, it was Brian.
I'm here to read your lip syncs. No audio on my PC. What happened? Windows 10 update shot me good. Wow.
It's happened to. It hit me by not allowing Adobe Acrobat to run on my machine. I had a download reader until they come out with this fix.
I was showing yesterday it won't play any video codec now either.
Oh no, Tomas.
So the Windows 10 update. Now, yesterday, hey, here's Art.
Hey, here I am.
Hello, Art.
Hello, Steve.
Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah. The guys were talking about that Windows 10 update. Kind of screwed up some of my stuff here. But,
what did it screw up on you?
Well, let's see. What did it screw up? Other than my oh God, what was that? Not Beta Flight, but Velocity drone. That was screwing up.
Oh, okay.
And there were a couple other things that not related to that it was kind of acting weird. And then once I went in and deleted some software that I didn't need, and I didn't know I had there. Like there was this antivirus software, and I'm like going, I didn't, unless I accidentally downloaded it when I was trying to get a Linux ISO file to put on my USB stick.
Well, last night we were, I was on the threat sites and I was showing Steve the worldwide threats that were coming back and forth, and Microsoft and VLC were getting hammered. Hey, here's Adrian.
Yo, Adrian. Yo.
What's going on, Jim?
Captain Adrian. Good evening.
What's going on, Steve Carpenter? How you doing, Art?
I'm doing pretty good.
Are you still driving home from work?
Yeah, I actually stopped a little while ago and did my first little live stream flight with my DJI Mavic 2 Zoom.
Oh, I took the bike out today and I was, he can't get Velocidrone to connect to his controller now, Art.
Yeah, but Mitch sent me a link to a video to fix it.
Okay, can you tell us what you have to do? Or do you have the link around so Mel can get it?
Yeah, I'll go look up, let's see. Where is that?
And while you're doing that, I'll say hello to Claude, Andrew. Oh, Margie's here. She's under Nova.
Hey, Margie.
Yeah.
Jody. Of course, Steve, Tommaso Sullivan, and Brian. BMAC Aerial Rentals. He's got Windows problems.
And Andrew Silverfox is here.
Yeah, I did say that. You know, I did talk about.
Hey,
What up?
All right, here.
hey, Jim.
we
I'm
go.
about to go. I'm about to be home. I'm gonna get up and take a shower. Then I'm gonna jump back in.
Okay. I got you.
Oh, let me grab that image. Oh, you pulled him off too quick.
I didn't do it.
That image is his face going.
All right, I'll put the link into your channel. Hold on. All right, there it is.
And that's the
Night
fix,
chat.
right?
And all right, here's the link that Mitch sent me. So there you go, Mel.
I want
And
to show
hello,
you guys.
Steve Carpenter. Hello, Steve. Good evening, Jim, Mitch, Andrew, Mel, Jaybird, Tomas, Nova.
If you can see, this was hyperactive yesterday. It knocked out Microsoft. It knocked out VLC. Steve and I were watching it after I found it. It was just screaming from Australia, Russia. Where did we find, Steve?
China, India, even Australia.
I mean, it was a coordinated attack.
Wow.
Look at them all hitting California.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Looks like Los Angeles, San Francisco, maybe.
Yep, in Seattle.
But see, now if you stop this and look down there, it says MS Windows Metalite, MS Windows GLD or GLI library attacks, denial of service attacks, overflows, integer overflows, Windows Media Player. That's why.
Kansas City or St. Louis. And DC is getting hit pretty good, too.
When you catch the red ones, which just went by, they're critical attacks.
Yeah. Fortunately, nothing hitting Denver, which is good. So it looks like Seattle.
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
You right there. You got right where he's. Oh,
That is a Sun Java runtime environment integer overflow critical attack from the United States.
Wow.
I mean, but yesterday VLC was getting hammered.
Wow.
What we got here?
Now the countries in dark gray, those are what, no internet service or
I don't really know because it's split
out?
over here.
Because look at Africa. Africa looks almost totally dark except for Morocco and South Africa. And then over in South America, you got Venezuela and Suriname. And it looks like Bolivia and Peru. Getting that they're dark.
These are constant attacks at the servers.
Wow.
And the countries they're coming from. See that?
Yeah.
Yesterday I put up in our Facebook group the site you can go to see because Verizon was hit.
Wow. About
my internet provider was hit.
I think T-Mobile must have gotten hit because a lot of people were complaining that their their service was down.
Yep. It wasn't down. It was getting slammed with denial of service attacks.
Hey, Claude.
Oh no!
Oh, Claude.
She fell out of your golf cart.
Ooh,
Oh
boy.
my God!
Ouch.
Ooh.
Hey, Jody, Mitch, Stingray.
Are you back home, or are you still up at your other home, Claude? Well, prayers are with Vaughn. Lord, that's dangerous at home.
Ouch.
That's going to take some pain medication. Hey, there's Mitch.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's for sure.
I wonder if Mitch had any problems with the internet. Hey, Joe. That is crazy. Those attacks just keep going. And this is less than yesterday. I mean, they were just getting pounded yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
I didn't seem to have a problem. Well, they're all only 20 millimeters from the spinal cord.
Hey, Chris Hope. Howdy.
Mr. Hope.
We had no issue, but cell service was crappy yesterday. Yeah.
Here's the other one that you can also share, if you would, please, Jim. This is another one to also take a look of the state of the internet.
That's the number of outages.
And then this is outages per hour. Other 0 to 200 plus, obviously in red. That's going to be the highest areas up in here. When you go over to here, if you put it on and just hold it, the red really sticks out really quick when you hold it over a country in an area, because it lights it up per country or
T-Mobile,
per jurisdiction.
Yeah. I saw on Twitter that T-Mobile was getting hit. The complaints were everywhere on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said, I don't know if this is true, that Twitter stopped showing that as trending because they didn't want to give it the advertisement. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Understandable, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's cool, Chris. Congratulations.
7-2.
Yeah, and we're 7. Yeah, your granddaughter.
Hang on. Hang on.
Cheer her on, baby, from all of us.
My granddaughter's 11. I got to get her into that. Claude's at home.
Yeah.
What did we ask him?
I was asking him if they were up at their home or up at their what do you call Studio B, their other home, and up in northern Michigan, because that's where the incident happened.
Right.
I didn't see the posting of it on Facebook.
No, I didn't either. That is crazy. You know what I wanted to show?
So did you guys see the video of the prairie dog I posted yesterday?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I was out. I took my little underwater gadget and took it down to one of my favorite fishing holes on this creek, and decided, hey, I've never been over on this part of the creek with the camera. Put it out there and got some interesting. Hey, Dean.
Hey guys,
Dean, hello, sir. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hey, I messed up today. Oh, finish your story, Art.
Okay, so I got some video of that, and before I put in the water, I had some other cameras, and I set them up around the prairie dog dens. and I took some wheat thins and put some peanut butter on them. They love that. Sprinkled out there. And I think next time I got to put the camera further away because all I got was 9 seconds of a prairie dog, because I think where the goodies were below the
yeah.
and you couldn't see them. And I think they ate them all, and then he just happened to walk up the hill to where the den was, and he just walked right by, and then he took off somewhere else. But I was looking at the underwater footage, got some video of some minnows, bluegills, and that. So, and I got a lot of that video. I got sort through to find anything interesting to put together a short little video. So
His
that was
granddaughter's 31. My granddaughter's 11.
Thank you, Bob. It was at the post office. Like I said, I hadn't been down there. I sent you an email.
And I got a cup in the mail, a coffee cup in the mail from Rodney Bell,
yep.
a white one. He was embarrassed to see my black stickers coming off, I guess. I was embarrassed. His good name. Hey, so I bought this kit to put the GoPro, and it's got this ball mount, right? And you put this hole, and it goes right onto the windshield. But the screws that came with the kit are so thin that it didn't work. So I said, all right.
They're not long enough.
They're not fat enough either. They're supposed to be 1/4 20s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're too thin. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought the kit for the Harley windshields.
Oh.
So it's the Hero 8, and I needed to dust off the bike, and I wanted to try out the Hypersmooth. So where'd it go? Where's the video?
I didn't see where I didn't see what folder you hit it on. Now I know where all your repair DJI folders videos are.
Yeah, I got a million of them, right? Now it's just gonna skip now because I recorded it in 4K 60. Look at the shaking. Can you see the shaking on the front of that?
Yeah.
If you look at the leather things on pouches on the front windshield, see, look at that shaking. Now I said to myself, there's no way in hell, even with Hypersmooth, that GoPro is going to handle that. I mean, that's insane. So I wound up wearing the head strap that came with the GoPro kit.
Right.
And this is GoPro color.
Went through a yellow light.
Yeah, you're allowed to go through yellow. Yellow means hurry the hell up. It's about to turn red. And then, what did I do?
I don't.
Yeah, so it's 4K 60 linear in GoPro color and automatic everything else. Because, that camera's new to me. But this is that southern construction area where 1,000 houses are going in on the right, and they built the interstate exit on the left, which they've got lights up. But this road I'm riding on is going to be a 4-lane highway soon.
Wow.
Well, that GoPro looks like it's doing its job because you can see your windshield bouncing up and down and everything else is staying pretty still.
Yeah.
That's the way I do mine when I have it on there. I have a mount right on top of my helmet for a GoPro. It's stick on, and I just stick it up there. And you can see my windshield bouncing up and down, but everything else is steady.
I wanted to show you something here because I don't know what the hell I did wrong. There's the Mavic 2 Pro. And there's the controller. I put it up, took a flight, pressed the buttons and all that nonsense. And when I came home, nothing on the video card.
What?
Nothing.
You sure you hit record?
Yeah, because I had the
Yeah, you think you hit record.
iPad Pro. Well, I did hit it. It made that swooping noise.
Did the
It
circle
swooped
go
in and
square?
swooped
Did the
off?
circle go square?
No, it was a circle.
It should be square when it's recording.
Here's the bad part.
Yeah, I don't know how this car hit that boat.
Crunch.
Oh, no.
But I mean, Dean, this is sped up 1.75. But I mean, this thing was smooth as hell. But it was on my head instead of that windshield.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it would work on the windshield. One of the reasons it works so well on your head is you're kind of in the center of gravity. So when your motorcycle's doing like this, your head is doing like that, but it's not going like this. It's going like this. And the camera seems to be able to handle that better.
You know, I was asking Jim that earlier this afternoon because Ron Lockwood got a mount for his on his Harley. And I forget what show he showed it on. Is either over the weekend.
He has two types. He has this type, which is, and then you clamp onto that, and he has the one that clamps onto the bars that go around your engine called crash bars.
Yeah. Well, he has the one. It was facing at him. So when he was riding, it was like coming at him at a direction like this, not square on, but upwards of a little bit. So I don't know where it was mounted, but the bouncing around of that bike, that was smooth as could be with that GoPro.
Got to say hello to Mike, Brian from TDR, Lauren, what I was talking about is my Matrice 210 that I sent in for repair for the main board failure. The one that was submitted to DJI by my dealer is not my Matrice. It has the wrong flight control numbers on it. And so that's what that other show, what was that, last Tuesday that we were talking about it?
Yeah.
And I got it from Rocky Mountain Unmanned Systems. And they, I don't know. The kid goes to me, well, you want it back? I said, no. Not the one you're showing me.
Yeah.
So I contacted an engineer I knew, because the one guy I knew had gotten laid off from DJI. So they actually did close stores and lay off repair personnel.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I got a hold of one of their engineers, and I haven't heard back yet, so we'll see what happens there.
You got a hold of one of their engineers?
Well, you guys know, I mean, I have the video and the EXIF data proof. I got
I know.
video of me putting it in the box, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
And flight controller numbers, you can't change. That board is inside you got to take the drone apart in order to change the flight controller.
Yeah.
It's all one main board.
And those pictures that you showed me, and then before the packing, and then showing the pictures of the drone that DJI is showing, that drone has been damaged, exterior damage and crack, and yours was pristine condition.
Abused. Where's
That's a shame.
well,
It's a shame in this day and age that you take the responsibility to do what you did, and it's a shame that you even have to do it. And then this, I mean, it's my own opinion. There could be bait and switch going on here. It's not your drone. It's somebody else's drone. Or did somebody actually?
Yeah. Change the sticker.
Or somewhere else is your drone. Wow, what was that?
I don't know.
We all cycled.
See, here's
Art. Oh, there. Art is moving now.
yeah, we're all good.
But Dean cycled out. I cycled out.
Yeah, I heard you quit talking, but your picture didn't go away. You just froze.
Yeah, there's.
I'm getting hammered by all those bots out there.
Yeah. See, these first numbers here are the flight controller number.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the number that's on your sticker of your drone. And then this is the internal serial number. There's only one problem with this. They don't match my drone.
And it said the customer name on there too.
Yeah, but that was just the dealer sending it. Here's my flight controller number. I had taken this before I sent. Luckily, before anything had gone wrong, I took all serial numbers of the Crystal Sky, Descendants, and of course, the remote controller and the flight controller serial numbers. Just in case it ever got stolen. You know, if it gets stolen or if you have an insurance claim.
Right.
We don't think of these things ahead of time, and I don't know why the hell I thought about it. You know, I'm usually not that good. Hey, Rick Albert.
Yeah, Rick Albert, welcome.
Hope you're doing good.
Lloyd's here, grumpy vlogger.
So, Dean, did you have any internet problems at all?
Not much. I had some YouTube stuttering a little bit, and that shouldn't happen because I have such fast internet. But I was watching something today on YouTube, and it was not particularly higher resolution. It was only 1080p, and it would play along a little while and stop, and play along a little while and stop. So I checked my speed here, and it was 150 megabits up and down. So it had to be YouTube.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I noticed. I didn't notice anything else particularly.
Mm-hmm. So YouTube is out of San Francisco or Seattle?
Redmond is, where is Redmond near, Steve?
Redmond's Washington
Washington, yeah.
State.
So why was San Francisco getting hit so bad, or is still getting?
San Francisco is a huge hub for the internet.
Yep.
In other words, all your stuff coming across the Asian Pacific and everything coming in across the United States, it's one of the biggest. It's the biggest hub on the West Coast for internet access.
Okay.
Hello, Mel.
What's up, Mel?
Hey, Mel.
Hey guys, I'm looking for this email.
So I actually use open source software called LibreOffice.
Yep.
Instead of Microsoft Office, and that was getting hit. VLC was getting hit, and Microsoft was getting hit.
Wow.
So, you know, it's a good thing I didn't open that.
Yeah.
But you got to remember,
And
this
there's
is going on millions and millions and millions of times a day, and has been for a long time.
these attacks.
Yeah.
What you got, Mel?
Look at this. Dear customer, we regret the service is not covered by warranty based on the results of damage assessment. Please find the details below. Non-warranty, we will either repair or replace with a product that's new or equivalent to new, both in performance and reliability after payment has been received. $815 for a freaking Mavic Pro Platinum.
Are you kidding?
And no, I know it's not covered by warranty. The damn thing is how many years old now, for Christ's sakes?
Yeah, but $815?
It went swimming in the lake, okay? It's dried out. It just won't connect to the controller now. So, like, it's easy, folks. It's
All
not
it needs is a new board.
another board, you know? Give me a damn break. Anyway,
Hey,
sorry, I
Joe.
didn't mean to click off of it, but yeah.
Hello. How is everybody?
Send it to Jeff. Jeff Sills. Silfitz.
No, he won't have a new board laying around.
Nobody might have a board out of another drone.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Jaybird.
Hey,
Hey,
Jaybird.
Mel, how you doing? How is everybody?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Jay Bird is Joe. Dean is Miko Ghost. Artco Drone Supply, Steve Carbon, and Mel 408.
Drone solution, not supplies.
Dean, can
Yep.
I ask you, how do you pronounce it? Do you pronounce it Miko or Miko?
It's actually Miko.
Miko, okay.
It's really weird the way that town got its name. But it's a long story. I'll tell you another time.
The reason I call it Miko is we actually have a town right here called Miko, Florida, Micco.
Yeah. This town was named after the initials of a irrigation company that built the dam where the town is.
Oh, okay.
It was built. It was
That's
built
cool.
by a company called Medina Irrigation Company, and when they were building it, they had a company town there, and they had the letters M period, I period, CO period. And after the dam was built, they sold the property where the homes were, and the people couldn't figure out what they wanted to call it, so they went out to the sign and erased the periods.
Hey, Dean, I said Miko Ghost, but I know it's the old codger, but what is it? Is it Miko Ghost, the old codger?
Yeah. It when I first got on YouTube, I had a security clearance, and they didn't say we couldn't get on social media, but they discouraged it. And so I put that name up, Miko Ghost, because my name wasn't associated with it in any way. And then once my channel got popular, I didn't want to change it, but I was doing most of my other stuff under Old Codger Productions, so I just sort of combined them. But it's unique. Nobody else has that name, so everybody knows me.
Yeah.
True.
Yep. So yeah, I told Natasha, I sent her an email, just tell them send it back to me.
Well, how much is a new one?
I found them on eBay, just the drone, right?
Yeah.
$500,
Yeah.
There you go.
you know?
Yeah.
They don't even break that one down. See, on mine, they want $3,000, but they break it down. Labor is $195, and then
Yeah,
each
see,
piece-
that tells me that they didn't even investigate it to see what was wrong with it. They just looked at the serial number and said, "Oh, it's out of warranty. Sell him a new one, $815."
Well, a refurb one is what they're doing. Yeah.
No, they
Here it
said
is.
new. They said new. The
Yeah, but
email says
but
new.
But it says new or equivalent parts. It said, I thought.
pop that back up. Because that is usually their consumer policy with consumer drones. And
It says,
the
yeah, it
difference-
says new or equivalent to new in both performance and reliability.
Yep. Means it may be a new board. It may be a new board in there, but the other
Not for
parts
no
that they put in-
$815.
right.
No. You know my favorite phrase, right, guys? Kiss my
Yep.
fat white. You know what I mean? That's what I
Yep.
told DJI.
That for your Mavic Pro, Mel?
That's for a Pro Platinum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would the battery die and it went in the water?
No, it was being test flown with floats. And
Oh, yeah.
it landed perfectly, but then the pilot didn't really know how to take off from water with a drone on floats. You have to punch it like you do like an FPV drone. He
Yeah.
tried to gently lift off, and the ass end got ahead of the front end, and it just apple carted. And it sat there floating on the floats, suspended in the water.
Yep, I remember that video.
Yep. Well, that's the drone.
I know.
And
Was that punched out, Mel? Was that full throttle up?
when he tried to take off,
Yeah.
no.
That's
No, he tried to do a gentle takeoff like you normally would.
yeah.
No, when you're doing it on water, you got to punch it up.
You got surface friction.
You're actually better off to use the automated takeoff because it gives it like full throttle and raises it up like 4 feet, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Brian.
I think other than that, I think it would have done a good job. But
Easy fix. Don't use floats.
that's exactly right.
Sure.
Did you, Mel, did you dry it in rice?
I didn't. It was dry when I got it.
Oh, when they found it and got it back to you?
No, when the guy that gave it to me sent it to me, it had been dry for a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
probably been a month or more since it was in the water.
Yeah.
You know, that's funny
Depends
that they didn't even do a breakdown on that.
They didn't. I don't think they even took it apart. I think they looked at the serial number inside the battery cavity and said, "Yep, it's out of warranty. Send him a new one."
Yep.
Billy made $115. No, that's not how it works, folks. You're a repair center. I sent my drone to you asking how much to repair it, not how much to replace it.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Did you go back at them at all with that?
Nope.
Okay.
I just told Natasha to pull it.
I had originally, when my Mavic 2 Pro batteries bloated, they told me to, too bad, buy new ones. And I went back to them on that and said, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
It's a brick that's going to fall out of the air. And now that you know about it, it's your problem. So if it falls out of the air and hurts somebody, I'm sending them to you.
Yep.
The next day, I got an email that said, our engineers have decided to replace your batteries. 3 batteries were on their way.
Mm-hmm.
But in the situation I'm in now, who do you blame?
Well, you got to find out where your drone is at, because that repair that they sent you is obviously not for your drone.
Right. Look, I don't know if I should really put the guy's email up, but he's pretty much telling me, I told DJI everything that you said. And when he says that, I mean, I sent him the pictures of my flight controller numbers. They're in our video.
Right.
They're on the video in DJI's forums.
Right.
You can't get away from me. It's posted everywhere on the web. And, so his answer. Now, this is a guy that just works at a company. You know, he says, do you want it back? I told them everything, and that's their quote. Do you want it back?
Yeah, repaired. And I want my drone back, not that drone.
That's
Right.
That's my point. And when I showed you the one that they sent in, okay, that picture is not mine.
Yep.
Hey, Jim,
Yeah,
did you file a police report with that one?
gonna have to. Didn't do it yet because that's in. That's got to be with the company where the company lives.
Ah.
Now this guy works at the company that sent it in, so that's okay.
Send it to DJI.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well, how do you know they sent your drone to DJI?
That we don't know.
that we don't know. But this sticker number is my sticker number on my drone. But this is not my flight controller number, and this is not my interior serial number.
Mm.
I can show you that right quick. This is the printed serial number that a sticker is on every drone we bought. This is my internal flight controller number, and here's my internal serial number. Internal. You got to take the bird apart to change these numbers.
Right.
And that's, of course, my FAA number. So you see the numbers don't match up, V1K and 095,
Yeah.
compared to what they've got. Let's see what they've got. OJA 70E. Now, that just doesn't cut the mustard. It's not my flight controller. It's not my internal serial number, not my bird.
So why did you send it to a dealer instead of DJI Direct?
Okay, when you buy enterprise equipment, you have to send it to the enterprise dealer who assesses it. If they can fix it, they'll fix it and send it back to you. If they can't, then they case number it and send it to DJI
Oh,
and fight on your behalf. Especially with these guys with the M300. Steve and I were talking about last. You're talking about $1,400 a set of batteries
right,
for the M300.
right.
All right.
Oh, well.
Yeah. And it only takes the new cameras, which you can't find the price of. I have no idea what the new cameras price are. There are 3 cameras in one. They've got a FLIR View Pro. They don't call it FLIR, but it's a 640 by 512 thermal.
Right.
It's got the standard Phantom 4 camera in it, 1/2/3, 12 megapixel. And it's got a 1/1.7 inch zoom.
20 megapixel, isn't it?
Huh?
Isn't it a 20 megapixel? It's not a 12 megapixel camera.
No, they've got a 12 megapixel camera in it too. There's 3 cameras in that drone. In the HB20 series.
Oh, why would they go with a 12 megapixel sensor? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't.
Wow.
But Mel, it doesn't take the X5S. It doesn't take any of their Micro Four Thirds.
Well, no, it wouldn't. Why would it? They're making a new drone. They need to make you buy new stuff.
Everything new.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. It's called business.
Yep. So $8,000 for the bird, then 1.4K for each pair of batteries, an unknown price for which camera you end up getting, and then you've got to get the ground station.
Well, see, the thing is, Steve, though, is if people that are buying that equipment are not really worried about the cost.
Oh yeah, they are.
Because the average,
any business
average,
is going to be worried about it.
well, yeah, but you see what I'm saying, though. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you own a mobile repair company, and you have to buy 5 service trucks. You know, you know they're going to be expensive. You know they're going to have special equipment on them that's going to cost you extra.
But you're making money with them.
Well, yeah.
And that's how you can afford to buy the drone.
Well, sure. It's the same thing with the drone. If you're the guy that's going to put that money out to buy that drone, you're already in the business making the money to buy it with.
Well,
so it doesn't matter what it costs. You're going to write it off anyway.
This gave me the opportunity to get contracts with Florida Power and Light and other companies for surveys during hurricanes and stuff like that. That opened the doors for me.
Sure it did.
You know, because everybody and their brother's got a Mavic 2 Pro.
Right.
You know, sitting around. This can't take 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Well,
goodbye.
It could if you didn't try to fly it downwind away from you. It would never come back.
Yeah. Let it go with the wind.
Isn't it a 43 or 45 mile an hour drone? So
I don't know, but the 17.6 inch blades on the Matrice are bigger than this drone.
Yeah.
All you do with Mel is you put it up in the air and you have your chase car take off ahead of you, and you just tell them where you're going to land.
Which way to go to find it? Yeah,
and then just go and you just land it down. Okay, pick it up and bring it back.
That would be funny. I mean, honestly, that would be funny.
Hey, my first range test, I used Lloyd as a chase car.
I remember.
On my very first range test on my Mavic 2 Zoom. Yep. Sure enough.
That's not
9-2. They won. Way to go.
Idea.
What's that?
That's not a bad idea.
We were on the phone, okay? And we were out in Oklahoma in Farmfield, USA. And I had him going down a old paved road, and I flew until it said it had to come back because of battery, and I was 3.5 miles away. And he was tracking it. See, because that's when the OcuSync 2 was boasting about being a 5-mile range.
Right.
So I was trying to get the drone to go 5 miles. Well, in a light breeze, crosswind, very light, maybe less than 5 mile an hour, probably 3. 3.5 miles is all it got before it had to come back on that battery. I sent a spare battery with Lloyd because my plan was to fly as far as it would go on that battery, land the drone, let him swap batteries, and then take off and see if I could beat the 5-mile OcuSync 2 range.
Right.
But you know what made me chicken out of doing that?
What?
Once it landed, what if I couldn't get signal through the trees and stuff to take off again?
Oh, yeah.
My test would be over at that point,
Yeah.
so he'd end up just having to carry it home, right?
And
So I
plus,
thought, nah.
the curvature of the Earth, you might be over the horizon just enough to where the
That-
signal couldn't get to.
That's a little far-fetched there, Art. The
But the
curvature
trees
of the Earth is,
actually,
if you're out on the ocean, you can see the curvature of the Earth, but
Yeah.
that's about the only time you can see it.
Mm.
And you really can see it if you're on the ocean. I've been out in my boat off the West Coast,
Yep.
130 miles, and there's no land to be seen, but you can actually see the horizon curve.
Yep.
It's kind of weird looking.
So much for those flat earthers there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right.
what is that? I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, you know what? If the Earth was really flat, the darn cats would be knocking things right off the edge.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Christopher Columbus would have never found the Americas over
right.
here.
There you
know.
go.
Well, yeah, he would if it's flat.
Probably.
Everything is on one big flat surface.
I take his statue down now too.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
You can, it. Oh, don't get me started. You can't erase our nation's history any more than you can erase your individual childhood. It is not physically possible. Period. The end. Enough said. The idiots need to be just mowed over. There are weeds growing in pristine grass, and they just need to be mowed down. It's that simple.
Oh no! Did you hear the latest now? They came.
Which one?
They in Seattle. They came to an agreement with the supposed mayor that this name now is not Chaz, it's Chop, and they're taking down those plastic barriers and they're putting up concrete barriers and to keep the outside surroundings.
Okay,
So
well,
walls do work then.
here's what I do. Yeah, walls work, absolutely. But here's
Yeah,
what I
So do
here's-
so do guns.
yeah. Yeah, armed guards at your wall.
Yeah.
Here's what I do as the opposition to that. One flyover with a 500-pounder right squat in the middle of those 6 blocks. Done.
Yep.
Done.
Oh, you know what, Mel? I agree with you, but there's a quicker and simple and easier way, and you don't have to, rebuild everything. Just shut down all the cell towers in the area. They'll all leave because they won't be able to send out their information. They won't be able to coordinate or do anything because they won't have cell signal. You don't have to shut down power. You don't have to shut water. Don't have to shut anything else off. Shut the cell signal out. They're going to leave
No.
to get out. Then you just take it over and you're done.
That doesn't solve the problem, Steve. They still exist.
They're
Leaving
gone.
is not the answer. Existence is the issue.
Yeah.
They need to cease to exist. They
Well,
are terrorists. They are
that's-
terrorists.
They are.
I think those flat Earth guys are really that stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Then
What,
you have
that they
guys
fall off
saying
the edge?
that Apollo 11 never went up, the moon landing never happened,
Oh,
5 million Jews were never killed, all this crap.
yeah.
I just have one question to ask. Then how and why with the Hubble telescope can we take images of the moon and you can see the lander still, the base of the
Sitting-
lander and the
still
rover
sitting-
on the moon if
still
we were
sitting
never
there.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's faked, Steve. It's faked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that with
It's like
Photoshop, so
wrestling.
surely it's,
Fake.
Well, I know exactly what the rover looks like because I got to see the rover being tested. In fact, right here in San Clemente at TRW Systems before it went up. they were actually doing the testing out here in the back hills right off the edge of where Camp Pendleton is. And
And they
that-
never, they
that
didn't
looks,
hey, we better put fenders on these because that moon dust is just going to fly everywhere. Oh, it's going to be just like on Earth where, hey, that dust is just going to stay right there on the ground.
Snake Plissken. Yeah, that's the guy we need.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What's that? You remember Super Dave?
oh yeah,
Super
Born.
Dave Osborne.
Hmm.
he was on HBO for the
Yeah.
longest
Snake,
time.
Snake Plissken. Boy, that brings back memories.
Yeah, it does. I haven't heard that name in decades.
Office root document file incursion. Microsoft Windows Metafile, Windows Media Integer Overflow. I wonder if that's what Brian's got going on with his Windows Media. Because he said it can't play any file right now.
I'm not having any trouble at all. The only problem I'm having is Velocidrone won't connect, and I'm thinking about just uninstalling it and reinstalling it.
Did you look at that link that I posted from Mitch?
Not yet, but I think. Oh no, I didn't. I thought wait a minute. I did. I opened it on a file on a window, so I have it. I haven't
Okay.
closed all my extra windows yet, so
Okay.
yeah,
There we
I'm gonna take a look at that too.
Okay.
It's crazy stuff. I'm just fascinated by that.
And Odine is just sitting back listening, taking all this stuff in.
Well, you know, I found out I can't learn anything while I'm talking.
Well, sure you can, because that brings on other discussions.
Yeah. Well, the only thing weird I had happen this morning on my cell phone, I called up UAV forecast and it just came up with a blank page.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
And I uninstalled the app and reinstalled it, and then it worked.
Well,
They just had an update on it, at least on the iOS system.
Oh, okay.
Now they might have had on the Android too, but it didn't say update. But I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, and it works fine.
I haven't
Well,
tried.
I know, like Mel's saying, a lot of people have a problem. My biggest problem was on my desktop here is that the update that occurred stopped Adobe Acrobat, the full version, from operating whatsoever. You click on it, any
Really?
document, it comes up, file not found. What do you mean
Wow.
file not found? I'm looking at the file.
That's weird.
Oh, I didn't have that. I didn't have any of those problems.
Did you
And in
do
fact,
the
my
full new update, Windows update?
yeah, and my Velocidrone was having an issue a couple of weeks ago, so it's not even related to this.
Oh, okay.
You know, I haven't had any problems with any of my updates, and this computer I'm on right now has the newest, latest, greatest version that they haven't pushed out to everybody else yet, and it's worked fine.
I had to do a cumulative update 2 days ago. I think it was for security matters, but I didn't update to the new version of Windows yet.
Ah,
Well, it'll only do them in sequence, from what I understand. And if they're not sure it'll work on your computer, they won't even let you install it. But since this was a new computer and a new install, this is my high speed one that I built up. It had the latest version on it, so they went ahead and pushed it out.
right.
And it updated fine. I didn't have any problems. But on my other one, which has an older version, they won't even let me install it on it yet until they're sure it'll work.
Okay. Can I ask, did you go with Windows Home or did you go with Windows Pro?
Windows Pro. I never use Home for anything.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
got too many features missing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
a pro user.
You're on what?
Art has too many features missing.
Did you say I'm a pro user?
Yes, I did.
Bill's saying video drivers too?
Yeah. The drivers are a lot of the problems.
It could be because this computer only has the drivers that were installed when I installed the motherboard. So any other drivers have come from either NVIDIA or Windows itself.
That's the
Or you
same
do-
with mine.
Or you do an update directly from the manufacturer.
He is the component manufacturer.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Because like with NVIDIA, oh, go ahead, Jim. I'm
I
sorry.
was going to say that. Every time I have it, so NVIDIA alerts me to when there's a new version, and then I just update from NVIDIA.
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
do too.
Right.
But with my other drivers, I'll go into, what is that we go into? And I'll right click and hit update driver.
Properties. You go into properties and
Yeah.
and you can
Property.
right click and update drivers. But I've found that usually doesn't work. It'll almost always tell you you've got the latest driver,
Yep.
even if it's the wrong one. I had to,
Yep.
for my webcam on my other computer, I had to install a Microsoft driver and reinstall the drivers for the webcam to get it to work.
Mm-hmm.
I added the VP9 drivers because it didn't have it. Fortunately, I did it. I'm no computer expert. That's for damn sure.
VP8 will work better.
Shut up, Art.
Simple. Just go back to old DOS.
Yeah, that always worked.
Yeah.
Never
It
had
did,
a
didn't
problem with it. It never had a problem.
And if you had a problem, it's because you misspelled something when you were writing it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
So somewhere in a drawer, I still got some DOS 6.2 discs.
Thank you, Mitch. That's what I meant. Device manager. I go into device manager
Yeah.
and then I right click because I was trying to find drivers for this damn Yeti mic and there are none.
There are none.
It's flat out plug and play,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not.
You don't need drivers for it.
Right. Well, then tell my computer to stop having problems with it.
Yeah. Don't let it bother you, Jim.
Did you get a new board or is that on your
He's
had a-
he's
he's had a-
got a new toy.
Yeah.
He's had it for a while. He just hasn't gotten used. He hasn't gotten all the newness out of it. Yeah, it's kind of like that. With the old one, Corinthian leather smell. Except it's
My radio voice.
I like
One night we got the hammer down.
You can buy one of them, Jim, pretty cheap. They're on Amazon for what, $75 or something? $80.
Oh no, I don't need that. I'd be playing with it. Like Art.
Like Art. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, but going back to that updates on the 9th, because just remember the second Tuesday of every month is Windows release, unless you're on their pre-release stuff. So that's the date that the Windows packages are going to be released. So the second Tuesday of every month, which was the 9th this month. But since then, they've come out with 2 other updates, fixes for that release on the 9th.
Yeah, I
Well,
noticed
The last one I think was the 12th.
Yeah.
I did the update on the 9th, and I've not gotten any other updates since. But I've not had any problems.
But see, Mitch said his driver was screwed.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Well, Mitch, I mean, Steve, that's one of the things, and you guys that build know this to be true. When you build one yourself, you take a little more care and a little more time, and you manage and control a little bit better what's on it and what's not on it.
Right.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is nothing on this PC that I didn't put there.
Mm-hmm.
And if it ain't there, I don't need it.
What the hell's Lloyd saying?
But I'll humbly say it. I'll preface that with one other thing. Yet, because you don't know what tomorrow may bring that you may need.
Well, that's true. That's true. You know, I might decide I need something tomorrow, but today I'm good.
I'm using a 2-year-old laptop, and I'm afraid that it's going to stop being updates and all that other stuff, like Dean was saying. Everything's changing so fast now, because I've only got a 1060 GPU card in here.
Let me tell you what you do, Jim. This is my opinion. Maybe Dean will agree with me or not. Go into your Windows settings and turn off automatic updates. If your machine works good the way it is right now and you like it the way it is right now,
Yeah.
stop updating it. It ain't broke, don't fix it.
The one thing I
Now,
do,
if you get browser security updates,
right.
you know, do those. But, you know, system updates and things that start affecting your system 32 file folder and you know, if your machine's working, it doesn't need to be updated.
Well, there's one
can
thing-
sit the way it is. If it's working good, it does not need to be updated.
I'll agree with that. I'll humbly agree with that, but with one preface, Mel. If you're on the internet, there are vulnerabilities of Windows. You will get hit sooner or later if you don't update their packages, because there are vulnerabilities out there that people find the weakness to. And if you have not captured that vulnerability and fixed it, your door's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem with those packages. They used to put them out in individual packages. Now they just lump it into one.
If you're running a big company with a big network, I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But as a standalone home PC user, the hackers aren't after you. You got nothing they want. They want data mining. They want storage information. They want social security numbers and credit card numbers and bank account numbers. You don't have none of that shit on your personal PC. You're not a target, in my humble opinion.
Well, let me ask you something. I have the regular Windows that came with it, and it's not Pro, so I guess it's Windows Home. What's the difference between Home and Pro? Who wants to go first? Dean?
I don't know exactly what the difference is in, but there are some features that are missing in Home that you get in Pro, but I don't know exactly which ones they are.
I don't remember either. I used to know that answer. What's the difference between the two?
Well, with the Pro, you leave the money on the dresser.
Art,
Yeah,
that was good.
if you got the Home one, she just gets it out of the wallet herself. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
On that note, Jim, if you want to put me on the sideline, I'm going to go have a smoke.
All right.
And I'll mute my mic, but if you want to put me on the sideline so you can bring someone else in, that's okay with me. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, bud. That was good, Art. That was
MasterCard priceless, Art. Well done, sir.
Hey,
High
Joe,
five,
are you
baby.
using the same as me?
What is that?
The regular Windows Home?
Yeah, I'm using the Home. I was curious to know if you have a virus security software, does that help, combat those cyber attacks too?
Yes.
As far as
yes, it
if
does.
you don't do the updates?
Yes.
As long as you're keeping that virus protection updated.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the main thing you worry about as far as not so much the Windows updates, correct?
Right.
Right.
I've been using Zone Alarm Extreme Security for years, and I've had a few things that tried to get through, and it stopped them. And I've even had websites I tried to go to, and it stopped me from going to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
I use Malwarebytes, and every time I close down the computer, I use CC Cleaner, which wipes out all the temporary files and all the cookies and all that crap.
Cool.
Yeah, if you use Firefox, it traps all that stuff before it ever gets on your computer. I don't use anything but Firefox anymore because of that. I went to one website just looking at some stuff, and there were 46 trackers tracking me, and it kept all of them out.
Wow.
And I don't get ads from Amazon or anybody else from other things where I've visited other places anymore. I used to get them all the time. Now I don't.
And it does that automatically?
Yeah,
Firefox?
there's a little thing up in the corner called Security Badger, and it has a little orange tag with a number in it. And you can click on it, and it'll tell you every tracker that's tracking your particular session. And YouTube has one, and Facebook has about 15.
Yeah.
And one of the local weather stations has like 29. If you go to look at their weather radar, it's got 29 on there that track you. And
well, the reason that they're putting those cookies on there and those tracking cookies on there is they don't have to reload anything that is not updated. So it saves the bandwidth for them being hit, and that's the purpose of those being on there.
yeah, but they exchange them with everybody else. There's a big exchange where they all trade.
And that's why you should look at their privacy policy, because I program websites like Mitch does, and when you've got it out there, you hit the website, it's loading cookies on your machine.
Yeah, and that's why I use Firefox for everything except StreamYard. I use Chrome for that, but when I get done, I go through and clear out all my cache and everything.
Oh, StreamYard works perfect on Firefox. I'm running it right now.
Really? I've never tried it on Firefox. But
Are you using CC Cleaner from Piniform?
no,
Yeah, go ahead.
I just go in on Firefox and I clear all the cache and everything, and then I can do the same thing for one other browser I use occasionally because my email's associated with the other browser, and if you try to click on a link from email, it'll automatically pull the other browser up, and I just clear the cache on it when I get out.
Right. I use the VAS as my security.
That's free too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they have a paid version and a free version.
Yeah, I have the paid version. Yeah, does a lot, and I'll probably update that.
And CC Cleaner is the same way. They have a paid version and a free version.
Right.
I use AVG, and I've been using them I used to use until they became so user hoarding. It was unbelievable. It was Norton for decades, even back during the days of DOS. I was using Norton, and for about the past 10 years, or at least coming up more than 10 years, I think now, I use AVG.
Right.
And
I used that for a long time too.
And they have a built-in cleaner for cleaning your browsers and cookies and everything else on it right then and there on the spot. So you can do it all in the one program without having to switch around and use multiple ones.
I like chocolate chip myself.
Cookies.
Well, I like cookie dough though too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that CC Cleaner it'll empty my recycle bin, and because I'll go and look, and there'll be damn near 2,000 files of tracking and temporary files and cookies, and I'm like, holy Christ, that's just one day on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
you make that oatmeal cookie and you give it to little kids, and they think, oh, and they take a bite and they think it's chocolate chips, but it's raisin.
Yeah, because it's like because the servers just don't want to have to keep sending, and it's chewing up the servers on their bandwidth, and that's the purpose of it. Getting back to between the Pro, a few of the things in the Pro versus the Home. The Pro, number one, is the way the network system is set up, and it's designed for setting up for an enterprise system where the Home system is not. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. The other thing is the security that can be done built into your hard drives that can use for security protection that's built into it.
Well,
but there's a lot of other features too.
I use what Nancy uses. I don't have a separate antivirus program. I use Windows built-in Defender, and I've been safe.
That's what I use, just the Defender.
But I do use CC Cleaner just to get the junk out of there.
Yeah.
Does Defender do that too? Does it have a setting on there, or do you have to have something extra?
Microsoft Defender is just basically running the background. I mean, if you've got that on there, for most people, it'll take care of what you're doing. I've got the upgraded stuff because I'm going on to servers, and when I'm updating websites, I want to make sure I'm not carrying anything that I'm going to take into that server. And even though there's security protection on the servers, most companies now, you've got to pay extra if you want protection for security service on their servers. Like, because I use GoDaddy a lot for my customers. And you've got to be paying the additional fees for that service on your web hosting. Mm-hmm. So
that's
RC
good.
Funds, that's good.
I used to use the Norton 2, and the only reason I used it was it used to come 6 months free. It came with every computer you bought.
Yeah.
But then try and get rid of it when the 6 months are over.
Right.
The damn thing's got legs into every file in your computer.
Yep.
Upgrade now. Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah.
It's like some of Adobe stuff. It's really hard to get some of the Adobe stuff off of a computer.
Yes.
Thanks, Mitch. I'll look at that.
Yep.
When I get to the point where the computer's fine, I go in and make a reset point.
Right.
And I keep an eye on that. Now I make sure that I always have one or two of them.
Right. That's good. Good point.
Well, Jody, you don't even have to, you can build a virtual machine on top of your regular machine. You don't have to build it on a NAS. I have a NAS here I'm in my home office because I work from home most of the time.
Right.
So I've got a NAS
Network
system.
attached storage.
Yeah. Network attached storage. Exactly, Jim. Thank you. And it's a 5-bay unit. I've got 20 terabytes of storage on there. And it runs on, it's a Synology. And the Synology machine has its own proprietary RAID system, which compared to anybody else's, if you're running typically like what they call a RAID 6, I could lose 2 of the drives out of the 5 because not only is it mirroring, it's also partitioning across all the rest of the drives. So I could lose 2 drives and be able to still retain all the data. So it's a super form of backup. But the problem where other companies have just RAID 6, all your drives have to be matched exactly. So you've got to have all, say, which I have in there, I have 4 4-terabyte drives.
Right.
They all have to be the same. I can actually throw a 6 terabyte in there, and if you did that on a RAID 6 configuration, it would only give to the lowest amount. So you'd have, say, a 10 terabyte in there, and everything's running at 5. It will only take 5 terabytes on that. To where if you do it on Synology's, it will give you like almost 8. Not the full 10 until you update all the rest of them, but it gives you a substantial amount of the storage with using it with theirs, and it's all hot swappable. So if anything was to fail, you just have to run down, get a drive, pop it in, go through.
So you have 5 drives with the same thing going across the 5 drives?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of security.
Actually, the one I use has 6. It has a spare, and if it detects one going bad, it'll automatically rebuild it on the spare before it even goes bad.
That's good.
What the hell are you guys into?
Huh? Tape backups.
Oh man, now you're dating yourself, Art.
They got to be doing business work.
Between the 3 computers in my house, I have about somewhere around 20 terabytes of storage on just those 3 computers. So my Synology's got a 46 terabyte storage limit on it right now.
I got a 6 terabyte my book sitting back there that everything gets copied onto that, and I make restore points when I first get the computer, I'll make a system image, and I've been doing that on DVDs. I don't know what you guys are using,
Right.
but then I go ahead and make restore points every now and then. But I put it all on a separate My Book, like any of the videos we're making with our drones and all that.
Right.
I'll put them, copy it all onto the 6 terabyte, which was only $128. So I am not complaining.
No.
Yeah. Well, all of my computers are scheduled to automatically do backups in the background when they're going to be on for a long time. And it's pretty foolproof. If you want to shut your computer off in the middle, it'll just shut down the backup and continue it the next time you go on there.
Right.
Yep.
What model of Synology do you have?
It's a 80, 85, 15. Hang on a minute. Let me see.
I've heard of QNAP.
He's got Synology.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one it is. I don't know just offhand. But
The only reason I would use that,
it's not very big. You know, it's long enough to get. I think it has slot for 8 discs across it, and I'm not using one of them.
Yeah.
It's maybe 16 inches wide and about a little over the depth of a disk drive, and it's a little taller than a disk drive.
Yeah, it's about, well, mine's the 1515. If you remember that model when it came out, the 1515 plus. So it's 5 bays going across.
Mine's something else 15. It ends in a 15, but I was thinking it was an 8515, but it might not be.
Yeah. And the Synology is a great machine. It really is.
Yeah.
And the only thing I did is when I bought it, is I did go with the update on the RAM for it out of the shop. You know, I got the upgraded because it only came with I think 1 gigabyte of RAM, and I upgraded it to 4 gig.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Mine had a certain amount, and I ordered it with the extra RAM in it.
Right.
Gene, what's Bluehost?
Bluehost is a low-cost web host provider. Then they're very good. The local motorcycle group I belong to has their website on there. It's if you pay by the year, I think it's $114 a year for a pretty basic website. I mean, we've got a nice website if you want to look at it. You can go to gwrra-txh.org.
What was that again? What?
GWRRA, Goldwing Rotor Riders Association -TX for Texas H.org, because we're Texas Chapter H.
Hey, Wendell. Wendell Live.
I see you.
Parody. Parody. If I was going to do a NAS, it would just be for putting all my DVDs on them.
Well, one thing about Synology, you can put the apps on there, so it's a media server.
Yeah, you can make it a media server. You can make it serve up videos. You can make it serve up audio. You can make it do all kinds of things. I don't have any of that on mine. It's just strictly backup. But
yeah, I mean, you can do all the way from video surveillance, so you can hook up, interconnect your network cameras onto it, and it'll do all the network recording of your security cameras there. And all these apps are free.
Yeah,
that through them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're not cheap either.
What's that?
Those Synology 6 setups.
No, they're not cheap, but
no.
Especially if you buy them if the disk drive's installed. I bought mine without disk drives and slowly installed them myself.
I got hooked on these Western Digital. I got like 3 of them in the house they get old. I just haven't used them. But back in the day, they were getting 1 terabyte was big news.
Yeah,
Yep.
Prices have come down low.
They're a lot fatter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can get a 4 terabyte that'll fit in your pocket, USB 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when 850 megabytes was huge.
Yeah.
And then when they got in the gigabytes, oh wow, you'll never fill that up out.
My first computer that had a hard drive in it had a 20 megabyte disk drive in it.
There you go. Same here.
Same here.
MFM, slow.
Yeah, MFM. Yep, that I had one of those. It was an XT computer.
Yep.
With the RAM memory was what 600 and
Yeah, the XT started out with 10 megabyte disk drive.
And I upgraded that as much as I could, and then just replaced the motherboard. I think I put a 386 in it, and then after that you couldn't put anything faster in an AT box, so you had to get a different box. And that's how I got into computers back in the early 90s. And that was my first real computer. And then before that, I had a Timex Sinclair 1000.
I remember those.
And I upgraded that to a regular keyboard, not that little, touch type keyboard where you had to really press to make sure that you hit the key. Yeah, I upgraded to a regular keyboard, and then what else did I get? Oh, I think I upgraded the RAM memory. Wow. And it used cassette tape to load and to upload programs. Oh boy.
Remember
that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I gotta get going, Jim. I gotta get ready for bed and get up early in the morning. Hey, thanks for having me on. Good to see all you guys. Dean, Joe, Steve, Adrian, Mel, and all you guys in the chat. Jody, Nancy, Mitch, Wendell, Rick Halbert, and Agent K, and all the other guys. We'll see you at one of the other shows. So you guys have a good evening and catch you next time.
Take care.
Later,
Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
See you later, man.
Hey, Adrian, what's up?
All right, I will.
All right, brother. Hey, Dean, how you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
You're home.
Hey, Adrian.
Hey, Mr. Mill, how you doing, man?
He's on the phone.
That was Joe that said hello to you.
What's going on, Joe? Mr. J Bird?
All right. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. I was actually loving and enjoying that little live stream with that DJI Mavic 2 Zoom, man. That thing looked beautiful to me. What do you think?
That was nice. I enjoyed it. That's a cool place to fly.
It is. At first, it was a little scary, especially flying over the water. But then I got over it. I mean, I put faith in my little drone that it's gonna be okay. I do like to do a little pre-flight, takeoff to make sure that everything is, correct. So take a little precaution.
When did you do that?
I actually did that today. Matter of fact, I did it way before you even came live. Like around what time was it, Joe? About 7:15, 7:20, something like that.
Yeah, around that time. Yeah, right before, I guess a half hour before Jim.
Like way before you.
I didn't get any
It's
notification.
only 27 minutes after 6. How could you be doing it at 7:15?
It's Eastern time, Steve. You damn fool. Don't mess with me. And you know what, Joe? He had me scared looking at me. What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, 3-hour difference.
I knew exactly where you were going with that, and I already had that waiting. Come on, go ahead. Go ahead.
Very good, Steve.
I might be old, but I'm not that old.
No, I'm the one that can say that.
Did you say hello to Brother Bob?
Brother Bob Casey, how you doing, man?
Yes, brother Bob Casey, and thank you again for this beautiful shirt. I hung
Now,
it up here tonight to
was it-
mirror Jimbo's over there.
Was that him that sent that to you, Steve?
Yep, Mr. Casey sent that to me.
United we drawing. You damn right. I love that shirt. Now that's cool.
Hey,
Very cool.
Adrian, I did not get a notification. I get
What's
Joe.
going on, Rick Pepper? What do you mean you didn't get it, Jim?
No, I
Everybody
didn't.
got it.
I was on the computer. I did not get a notification that you were going live.
I got it, but I wasn't able to go watch him this time. I was doing some other stuff.
Thank you, Dean. Agent K, what's going on?
I can't open up another channel now. I don't want to screw things up.
Nancy and the spirit of the Rango and Silver. Hey, man, how you doing? Hope you're doing all right, man. So, Jimbo, any old guy on a drone? How you doing, Mitch? I'll see you later, man. Have a good night, boss, man. So, Jim, any update on your drone, on your beast?
We were talking about that earlier. No, you can plainly see that the serial numbers don't match, but I put an email into an engineer and hope he'll have a look into the situation. But other than that, I don't know what to say.
What I'm saying, can't you? If there was obviously, excuse my language, Dean, fuck up when it comes to them, like they're the one that screwed up. Why do you have to go through all that headache to get it rectified if they're the one that screwed up?
You got to prove it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I've got all the videos and photos and all that, that you need, including the serial numbers. And so I guess
I'm hoping they didn't try to do some kind of flim flam, take your drone and send out a bullshit drone, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And keep yours.
That's what I don't want to think happened, but when you look at the pictures that they sent.
What's going on, Agent K? Man, that is messed up. I think I have to agree with Steve, because I think I heard Steve earlier when you were talking about it, where it was probably some kind of flim flam, Steve, where they're probably trying to, take his stuff and then send out some other bullshit drone.
They're trying to say that that's my drone, Adrian. All this cracked up piece of drone here with the switch missing. Okay, this is where the batteries go in. You press this button down for the batteries to release.
Okay.
Okay, and then this is a closer look at it. But that sticker there, you see that sticker?
Yeah.
Those are my numbers. So I wonder how the sticker got switched. Because you can't change internal serial numbers.
No, you cannot.
Look at this. Look at that SD card box falling out of the damn drone. This thing lays flush on the drone. Look at the crack in here. Somebody put glue in there.
That's what it looked like.
That SD card holder, it's actually a pain in the ass. It lays flat against the drone, and you got to use your fingernail to flip this off. Then there's this picture sitting there with this wide gap here. And you still see the wide opening in here, like the pieces are separating. This thing's been banged around. Look at this. Look at the condition of the arms.
And Jim's video and photo that I saw before he packed it up, there's not scratch one on that whole entire drone. It looks like it's pristine, opened up out of a box.
There's my, that's the date I updated it. This is my actual drone right there.
Look at that. Look at that.
Show me the crack. Where's the crack?
brand new.
And that's the Matrice, Jim?
Yeah, it's the Matrice 210 RTK. The yellow pucks are RTK antennas.
Hey Jim, didn't they send you an email too with the wrong name on it for that credit?
It turns out that the name on it is the guy who sent it from the enterprise dealer.
Oh, okay.
But you see here, it says not enough force ESC error. This is on November 10th of 18. Less than 30 days after I got it, it started failing. But I had to use it. So what are you going to do? Because it wouldn't do it every flight. Now, this is the flight controller serial number that's inside my bird, so you can't change that.
Correct.
And this number does not match the one they sent in. Just look at it. It starts with 095 and ends with 1VK. Now let's go to theirs. What number is that? Not 095 and not ending with 1VK.
No, it ain't.
This ain't my bird. These are internal numbers. You can't fake them. But you can change this sticker number. You can peel the sticker off and put it on someone else's drone.
Yeah, like I was telling you, but it's almost sound like there's some damn flim-flam going on.
Well, you know, what do you do? At what point do you get legal on it? This is also from Air Data, which reads your flight control from the DJI records. Now, you can get a free Air Data account, guys, which will allow you up to 6 batteries. So I had to go pro because I have too many batteries, but that doesn't matter. But that's your internal flight controller number, and this is your internal aircraft number. Okay. This printed serial number is just a sticker on the bird.
Okay. Hey, Jim, if you actually read what Aldia just said, I'm actually surprised you haven't done that either. I'm surprised. Because if I was you, I would have probably been lost it long time ago. Because that's an expensive ass drone. That's expensive.
You don't have to tell me that. But the thing is, now you're arguing with different people. I have to go to Centerville, Utah, and file a police report. This is off the box that the drone came in. Now you see that number? That's the printed number on the sticker. Mm-hmm. That can be changed. But you can't change the internal flight control numbers.
And I'm glad that you have record of all of this right here.
Now, this is my bird. This is a photo taken from the video. Just to show you. You see the switch there, right? Mm-hmm. Do you see any cracks along here?
I don't see none.
There are none.
Gap or anything.
No gaps in here, nothing. This is a photo taken from the video. And, of course, we have all the video data.
Jim, where's that sticker photo we did last night?
The sticker is right there.
Now look at that machine. That thing is pristine. There's nothing scratched or anything.
Where did we go with that DJI repair picture? Is that the one we were showing?
It's the one that says sticker shop.
The funny thing is that DJI's, look at this. It says ready to go, and it shows battery information. My drone doesn't do that because my flight controller is bad, and it doesn't show batteries or those numbers. This one says the date of the update was 12/10/2019. I did mine in March. Now you see here, this again shows you that this is not my aircraft. This is from DJI. This is DJI saying, Jim, this is your bird, and it needs to be repaired. Well, this is not my flight controller serial number.
What the hell?
I mean, you've seen those. This is a picture straight from DJI.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, Lloyd.
There, of course, is my flight control number. And this is my Sendin's remote control number. I'm wondering, Steve, where is the picture that we took last night? I have it on 3 different drives.
Well, guys, I'm going to have to cut out. It's been fun. We'll see you later.
I'll see you later, Dean.
See you later.
Take care, Dean. Have a good night.
Okay, you too.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
That's one of the pictures.
Look how clean that thing looks.
Yeah. Do you see any cracks there on the right where the lid would close down, where he was showing all those cracks over there, the switches on it? I mean, it's pristine.
And the thing that gave me, Jim, is how you just showed us the picture, how they changed the sticker, but you cannot change the damn interior numbers because they both numbers have to match. It's kind of like if you steal a goddamn engine, it comes with their own serial number, but you could easily take the sticker off, but you can't change what's inside. You know what I mean? Because you have to literally take that open, and they're not going to go through all of that. Well,
how old is that drone, Jim?
It's over a year.
Okay, I was gonna say it looks brand new, like it's out of the box.
Yeah, I take good care of my stuff. Well,
that's what happens when you take care of your stuff. Your stuff, I don't give a damn how old it is. I've had stuff from freaking 1997 still look pristine because I keep it, real nice.
Let's see this picture. This is what after the bird broke, okay, and the flight controller broke, it would no longer come up with a flight controller number. Comes up NA, and it would no longer show batteries at all. This is on my table. That's it that's the DJI RTK ground station over there. And this is what my drone was doing. No battery information at all. NA. Would not show batteries.
So how the hell did they get the other picture saying that is yours? That's showing the batteries.
I don't know. See, no flight controller number. But I had taken, and this is why I tell you guys, take photos of all this information on your drones now. So that this is from my Crystal Sky.
Son of a bitch.
That was actually, what was that?
You damn right it is, Bob Casey. Hell yeah, that's a high-quality drone.
$4,000 plus the drone is in terrible condition for the one then compared to the one he sent in, Bob. It's not the same drone.
You could actually tell that it's not the same damn drone.
This video was made March 10th of this year.
Jim and I were going over he was sharing these photos with me last night, and we were going through everything, swapping back and forth images from DJI to his images on video, capturing still images off the video. Because one of the things in this video right here, when he pulls back out on the aft port rotor arm is where the damage is shown on the DJI photo. There's not a single scratch on this drone.
I pulled in tight just to show that everything was in good condition. Now, I don't see any scratches, any roughs up, any cracks. Now, that's my FAA number there, and my FAA number is up here on this arm. In fact, it's peeling a little bit because it's just a home sticker, you know, from that machine. But anyway. There's
screws missing on the bottom of the unit, too.
Now, this is what my screen looks like. Cannot take off and no battery information, NA. Period. You can get your camera works and everything, but it cannot take off and there's no battery information at all. That means the flight controller, the main board controller, has died. And of course, I don't know this at this time. See, and there's the no battery information. So I'm hand holding my GoPro and see, now it says no flight controller number there, NA. So it's a damn good thing that I knew my flight controller number.
Good tips that you're giving us, because I need to go and if I ever have any issues, I'm going to make sure that I take pictures of everything, every damn thing.
Apparently, we got to cover our asses. And you know something else, Adrian? What if somebody steals it out of your house?
Yeah.
And that's a good point, because I had a friend of mine up in Canada. His truck got broken into in a Home Depot parking lot. And they stole his drones out of his truck. So this is a great way to prove that, you know, to the police.
Shit, the same way when they went ahead and stole my goddamn trailer with my lawnmower, I kept all the damn paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
So the insurance company was actually ready to go ahead and cut me a check for me to buy new ones, but then, you know, they got it back 4 days after. You know what I mean? They found a goddamn guy who literally.
Yeah, remember, you left Matt's stream in order to drive off to go see it because they called you.
who literally lived, Steve, not even half a mile from my damn house, literally right there. Actually, not even half a mile, probably about 2 city blocks, like literally right. I could literally fly my drone right to his house right now. The Mini, and you know the Mini don't really have any damn range. Right there.
You sure he didn't have a drone flying over you, prospectus, and he knew exactly what he was going for?
I don't know.
Was he out cutting the grass when they caught him?
I don't know. I just know that my lawnmower, when I went over there, it had like grass clippings on it, like they actually used it. And the thing is that I had a problem with the lawnmower because I had to get like the fuel filter changed. When I got it, they actually fixed that. So it's fixed. It's running. They fixed the issue. It's running fine. But then on my trailer, because my license plate, I don't have it like, you know how people have it on the tailgate with like little zip ties. I actually have it on one of the wheel well, bolted down with self-tapping screws. So they couldn't even get those off. They actually torched the plate and threw it away. So the screws are still there.
Oh, shit.
And then they try to paint over it like I'm some kind of freaking fool. Now, one thing that they went ahead and take is that they took my brand new wheels of my trailer and they put 2 shitty ass wheels on it, which I still have it. Still there. But I mean, I got it locked up pretty good, and I got my cameras, you know what I mean, up and running 24/7, just in case it will literally send me, you know what I mean, information to my phone and email right away.
Yep.
And I didn't make aware, you know, my other neighbors, anything, you know what I mean, get your ass over there, you know. I don't give a damn what you do, just stop him, or I don't give a damn if you have to beat the fuck out of him. I don't care. Do it and then let me know. When I come back, I'll deal with it.
Just call me and
let me know. They live so close to you.
Thank God that when it happened, my kids were not here, because that would have been, you know what I mean, that would have been scary for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Man, Adrian,
Yes, sir.
you're wanting to do an ass whipping and you didn't wait for me.
The idiot who stole his trailer lives he lives 2 blocks away.
Literally right there.
Wow.
I mean, I could literally walk my ass to his goddamn house. When I went over there, as a matter of fact, I remember the detective calling me and say, "Hey, Adrian, do me a favor. When you come over here, I know you pissed. I know you're upset. We all know that you have your permit and you have your gun on you. Please don't do nothing stupid, because then I'm going to have to take you." And I said, "You know what? I'm not going to do anything." When I went over there, they had already taken the guys, you know what I mean, took him to jail.
Uh-huh.
So it was just a matter of just, jacking my stuff over my trailer, bringing him back. As a matter of fact, they actually drove it back for me. So
You know what it was, Mel? Is they took the guy away in protective custody, so
That's
Adrian
right.
wouldn't get a hold of him.
Because I even told the sheriff and the detective, I said, "If I see that guy, you're gonna have to take me in, because I'm gonna give him a little piece of me."
What did they do to the guy?
Honestly, they won't even tell me. They won't even tell me what he looked like. I've drove around the area many times to see if I see anybody, but I don't. I see like this old lady and this old guy, you know what I mean, in the yard, but I don't see nobody else. And the guy that took it was like a younger person.
You should be able to see the booking reports of who the name and everything was for the day. That's public information.
I got the paperwork somewhere over here, the report, but on that report, it does not tell me the name of the person that took it. I guess I'm gonna have to go ahead and do a little bit of digging and find out who did it. At least
Just
the
go
name.
down and fill out a request for public information at the police department.
Yeah,
This
and
is the date you want to know.
Then he has to do that on a weekday when he works. You see, it
How
all
long
takes
ago was
time.
No, you can do it electronically online.
Can you?
And here in Orange County where I live, obviously it's a big area. I mean, we've got several million people living in a very small county. But I mean, the incident that occurred at the building that I manage, 2 days later, there it was. I went on because the officer told me that he was apprehended. I went online and pulled it up. There it was. $1 million bail, no bond.
You were asking a question, Joe?
Yeah, how long ago was the offense? Has it been over a year?
It happened December.
Okay,
December
you might be able to find it online.
Yeah. Do we do that in Florida, Adrian?
Do what?
I don't know if we have that online stuff here.
I believe we do, Jim. I believe we do. It just that I think it's just a matter of just going in and do it yourself. But I just haven't done anything about it since I got it back. I didn't I just stopped going.
Well, they'll prosecute the guy if they haven't already. I mean, so you really don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
Correct. And then again, that the sheriff and the detective told me, it's already been done. You got it back. Please don't try to do nothing crazy. Just
Okay,
let it go.
Adrian, you lost your good tires and rims. Did you put in for charges for that, for trying to get recovery for that? Why not?
Honestly, I didn't even.
You turn that into the sheriff, so it goes to the district attorney, because the deputy of reporting has to give it to the district attorney, or the attorney that's representing the DA, and that has to go. The reason I know is because I had to go through this, because what happened here, there was an incident on a property where there was a shooting on the property. The guy bailed in through and sheared off the main water supply to the building. So we had water flooding down the street and everything. And the tenant was saying, "Oh, we knew nothing about it." Well, how's that possible when you immediately lost water? And yet I have videotape showing 3 people standing at the door right after the incident, watching the guy coming back after he was firing at this guy with a gun at the vehicle. And you say you didn't hear anything? I don't think so.
That makes sense.
And you could win judgment, and go for restitution, and you may never get it. I I had an incident at my house where I had this gal staying with me, and her son stole a bunch of stuff. And he stole a bunch of stuff from a lot of places, and he got caught. And the sheriff's department had it all in a storage locker. Well, they came and got me, and they said, come with us. We want you to see something. Well, they took me to this storage unit, and they rolled up the door, and I was like, well, there's my thing, and there's my, and there's my, and that's mine, and that's mine. And they said, okay. 2 days later, I got all the stuff back that was there. The stuff that wasn't there, after I made the list, the judge ordered restitution. I got a check from the county court 2.5 years later.
Wow.
For $50. And that's all I ever saw of it. And it took 2.5 years for him to pay the court so that the court could pay me the money. Finally, after 2.5 years, they sent me a check for $50 and said, there you go, have lunch, have a nice day. Thanks for playing.
Are you checking this out? Robert Glazer had his home video security camera stolen. The camera was taping the guy at the time, but they never caught him. That is insanity. Where
It depends on what the offense is. That's what it all comes down to.
Well, with today's facial recognition software.
And and that's true, Steve. It's like if you swipe a nickel candy from the candy store, the police aren't going to do a whole lot about that.
Right.
They have more important things to do. They go for the guys after the 15-cent candies.
Yeah. Well, what happened with this is I got a call from the neighbor next door, not from the tenant, from the neighbor next door the next morning saying there looks like there was flooding done. Well, the water department came out and they shut the main off going to the building. And so I got out to the building immediately and I started looking at the video past, the back recorder off the DVR. And I'm going, okay, well, this is the time frame. I started looking. So I go, okay, I'm going to take the whole entire time from A to B, 24 hours. And I downloaded all that on every single camera that we have on the building. So I take it back. So I bring it back home and I'm in the kitchen on my laptop and I plug the thumb drive in and I'm starting to watch some of the playback because what I could see when I called the sheriff's department about it, because they came out to take the report and everything. And he goes, well, here's my card. Anything else you should find in anything? And I go, well, we got the videotape. So I've got it downloaded. I'll start reviewing it. Well, I started going through, and I know rebuilding a case from being around police officers for my whole entire life. You're going to build the case from the moment the cars come in, reading the plate readers, till they're going out, what's going on. So I build the whole thing and I bring it all together with all the cameras. Well, out in the daylight where I'm showing the images of this guy backing up this whole entire length of the building, going through the planter in a brand new Camaro and taking out a 2.5-inch water main going to the building, and he goes, well, that's it. But we couldn't get any plate readings off from it because it was all coming in reverse. So I take that information home. I get it home and I'm reviewing it and I'm sitting in the kitchen. And then the words that came out of my mouth, I won't use here. And it was like, oh my. And all of a sudden it goes, Linda comes around, she goes, what's the matter? I'm going, look, you see the guy come out to the back of his car. You see him pull out an auto, walks around to where this guy's pulled in, comes up to the door. This guy lights up this Camaro, comes out backwards, going out for 245 feet in having to jog around cars, takes out through the planter, and then ends up hitting a high voltage transformer to the whole area, turns around and takes off. But you could see in the other film where the flashes is the guy's running after him, coming out with the gun. And that's where it was like, oh my, God. So
You
I
get
called
caught?
up. I called up. I called them up. They went out there. They were there within an hour. Started searching the grounds, and I met him out there. We found one spent round, one full round. So his gun must have jammed, or he dropped it a round out of it. Well, maybe he was trying to load it up in the back of his car. He's still in jail, and that is from January of 2018.
What the hell is that?
A copyright strike.
That's a ringtone of my son texting me.
Joe, have you had anything stolen?
Why am I unpredictable?
Not lately, no.
Because you are, man. Like Agent K say, you're real hard to tell if you're serious or you're joking sometimes because of that face you be making.
Oh, so
It's
not
hard.
unpredictable, but unreadable. You
Yeah.
have a hard time reading. Is
good.
that what you're saying?
Which is good. I mean, is he for real or is he joking?
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I'll make it real simple for you, okay? As long as I'm smiling at you and joking with you, you're okay. When I shut up and start shooting, you better run.
Or when we start yelling at each other.
No. When you shut up, you run. You don't wait till you start shooting.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah.
Matt, well, be quiet. You're not even.
Not agent laughing. They rolling on the floor over there laughing.
Hey, Mel, you want to tell them about your pizza theft a couple weeks ago with your neighbor?
Oh yeah, that was something, wasn't it?
That was hilarious.
Oh, your pizza, Mel.
Here's what we did, Adrian. We ordered pizza, right? They said it would be here certain time. So 10 minutes before a certain time, I start listening and watching, The pizza never comes.
Okay.
So like 45, 50 minutes later, I call the pizza place, and I say, hey, my pizza never came. And they said, well, let's hang on. We'll check with the driver. The driver's right here that delivered it. And I said, okay. Well, this house is a duplex. Okay. So there's 2 front doors next to each other. Right. They're clearly labeled with the address numbers.
Correct.
Right. Delivery driver says, yeah, I knocked on the door. A guy answered. I gave him the pizza. He said, thanks, and left.
Son of a bitch. He got him his pizza. He said thanks. Wow.
I said, there's 2 things going on here. One of 2 things. And the guy said, what's that? I said, your driver's a lying son of a bitch, or they gave my pizza to the neighbors.
And the neighbor knew he wasn't supposed to be getting a pizza. He said, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
He said, thank you. Like, you didn't ever want to order pizza?
Yep. The neighbor knew he didn't order it. She didn't order it. They both knew. And the funny thing was each of them thought that the other one ordered it, and they thanked each other for ordering the pizza.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, that's what they said. She
All right.
said, I thought he ordered it, and I told him thanks for the pizza. And he said, you're welcome. He says, well, I thought she ordered it, and I thanked her for it.
Son of a bitch.
I said, well, that tells me that y'all both knew that neither one of you ordered it, which means that probably somebody else ordered it, which means you shouldn't have touched the son of a bitch.
At some point, you knew.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
exactly.
There's only 2
So-
of you in the house.
So now I got a package coming, right?
Uh-oh.
And it probably should have been here Saturday, and it still wasn't here today.
Uh-oh.
What
Yeah, it's an airplane, a radio-controlled airplane.
What'd you get now?
Oh, this is coming from Kelly Shores.
Oh,
I got it.
FPV?
No, it's just it's a regular RC plane.
A regular RC plane.
Yeah, it's got about a 12 or 14-inch wingspan. Just a little thing, hand launch, fly it. It's got stabilized mode. It's got sport mode, basically.
Oh, is that one of the one that when we were talking to Mitch, Mel, one that I told you that I was going to get?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you hand you put it in stabilized mode to hand launch it so that it'll fly level until you're ready to start flying it. Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah, it's one just like that. It's a P-51 Mustang. And Kelly wants me to do a review on it and send him the video, and then he's going to do a joint video review on this particular model with his and my review all in one.
Okay.
We
And
got
the other-
guys who fly down here who just fly those radio controlled airplanes.
The other plane I just bought it a couple days ago. In fact, right here is the transmitter that came with it. This is a Futaba 4-channel radio. It's an FM. It takes the old crystals. Okay. This is stuff that most RC guys of today know nothing about.
It's old world.
Never seen anything like this before.
That right is old school.
Yeah.
Crystal. What's
Here's
a crystal?
Here's the, no, this isn't nothing you put up your nose, folks. So just get away from the bad vibes there. This is a servo pack. I've got them all zip tied together, but that's the control servos.
Who's
And-
beeping?
It's Adrian.
No, that's not me.
No?
Somebody else is. That is not me. My phone,
Not
I'm not
me.
busy. The last time my
So-
son texted.
The receiver actually has a thing called a crystal, and you can actually change the crystals in the transmitter and receiver and make it have a different frequency.
I
Yep.
remember those. We're building
Oh,
radios.
cool. That's neat.
You never seen those, Joe?
Just
No.
it plugs into the side of the receiver like that with a little tab that you can pull on to get it out.
Cool. That's what I'm used to. But then again, I'm used to the other ones now. But what Mel is showing, I used to have plenty of those.
That's when we were watching that video of that kid now who had the tag 57 on his.
Yep.
What's the flight time on that, Mel?
On the radio pack, 4
Yeah.
or 5 hours. 4 or 5 hours.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, ours in the plane, how long is that?
Well, in the old days, this airplane was intended for a gas motor, so it would hold, the fuel tank was probably 4 ounces, and you could easily fly 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay. And you're going to convert that over, I guess?
Yeah, I'm going to convert it to electric. It would depend, just like with battery, it depends on how aggressive you fly and what type of airplane it is. You know, what kind of plane, what kind of flying is it designed to do? You know, this particular aircraft is basically like a trainer. Even though it's not small, it's got a 5-foot wingspan, 60 inches. It's a high wing, Cessna looking type aircraft.
Have you
Easy
seen
to-
the
easy
huge
to fly.
batteries that Fox Tech has?
Oh yeah, they got, yeah.
They could keep
Yeah,
that
seriously.
damn airplane in the air for an hour, I swear.
I was out at the flying field. I've got video that I could share with you that I shot on my phone.
Yeah, go ahead.
The airplane that this guy was flying out at the AMA field that I went, that's close by.
Yeah.
He had 2 5,000 mAh 6-cell packs put together to fly this
Holy
plane.
crap.
Yeah, let me get the video up.
What was the one I was talking about? They now have a 30,000. It was 30,000, right? More battery out at Fox Tech.
Is that
Insane.
30,000 milliamp hours?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
When
Bob
when
Casey's
see it now,
comment.
I'll put it on.
That transmitter's as old as dinosaur poo.
Yeah.
Bob Casey ain't got nothing else to do.
Okay, now I got to bring this window back up. Now keep in mind, guys, this is going to be displayed by Windows Media Player. Share screen, select window, monitor number 2,
Hell, it might even
Allow.
play better.
and here we go.
Oh, nice.
That's called a pattern plane. And what that's designed to do is fly very precision pattern, like you would do waypoints with a drone.
Yeah.
You would have flags or cones on the ground or something that set up in a particular pattern, and you would fly that route with a plane like this. Very fast. And I can't mute that guy in the background with his gas motor, but anyway, he goes on to get it in the air here. And I went out there this past Sunday, and I didn't take a single damn camera with me, so I'm using my phone to record this, all right? In fact, I even said right then, I should have brought more cameras. But here's a good example of, they say, what's the best camera to use? The one you got, right? Is nobody talking?
No,
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay.
Look,
He looks everything over. He prays for a minute, I think, and checks all his control surface. Now, this is the maiden flight for this plane. It was given to him. It was originally a gas engine plane, and he converted it to electric. This has two 5,000 milliamp 6-cell batteries powering that motor. That motor in that plane is almost big around as your fist.
Wow.
That's a gas engine down there. Don't let that fool you.
drinking. Oh, that's
Going pretty fast. How fast is that going, Mel?
Oh, it was only doing about 30 mile an hour, 40 mile an hour there, but he was only running half throttle too. I think on this pass he goes into a loop. Yeah.
Hey, Mel, those pattern airplane, that's the one that I actually uploaded a few weeks ago. And the guy, he was literally just flying precisely. He kept doing the same old move. But see, he's what I think he told me that he's like he does competition pretty much, nationwide.
Yeah.
And he's like a champ, like 15 years in a row. I mean, the way he does it is like every move he does it precise. I mean, it's pretty neat how and it's not even flying that fast. It's going maybe 15, 20, 30 miles an hour tops. And he just the plane is huge. The plane's like 7-8 feet long. I mean, it's beautiful.
The whole idea with that is precision. When I first started flying radio controlled airplanes, I started out on a craft radio that the guy had a buddy box, and he brought it back and safely landed it. So that's a successful flight. But the guy had a buddy box and taught me to fly aerobatics first, taught me how to fly the airplane. And then he taught me how to take off and land. But I used to do that. In fact, I could cut a ribbon.
Two. I know. Go ahead.
Oh, you're talking to somebody in chat, huh? I could cut a ribbon between two stakes, 10 feet apart, 6 inches off the ground, flying the airplane inverted. I could cut the ribbon with the rudder when I was a kid, flying precision.
Do me a favor, Jim. That right there about Bob Casey, don't take that off, because I got to talk to Joe about it. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no, I could cut a ribbon 6 inches off the ground with the rudder flying inverted at 80 miles an hour.
Woo. That's precise.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could do the wingspan on the airplane I was using. It was called a Caprice, and it was one of those ready to fly kits that you buy that are hardwood spar in the wing with a foam core with the hard plastic wrap over them. I forget what it's called. But anyway, that plane had a 5.5 foot wingspan on it, and I could do a 4-point barrel roll 6 feet off the ground. The wingtips would be 6 inches off the ground on the knife edge on the barrel roll.
Wow.
But that's how I learned to fly. And I haven't flown like that in a long time. And I haven't flown an airplane like that in a long time. So Mylar, I'm really looking forward to getting this balsa kit together that I bought the other day. By the way,
A big difference between the Mylar and Balsa.
oh yeah, because the balsa's covered with monocoat.
Yeah.
This is a 4-channel Futaba radio. And in the back is a plug socket, about 8 pin or so, maybe 6 pin, 6 or 7 pin, that you plug a cable into the back of this to another transmitter. And then when you want the other person to be able to control the airplane, you push this switch over and hold it. And that gives control to the other controller.
Yep.
And then if they get in trouble, all you got to do is let go of that switch and you got the airplane back. So
Yep. I do the same thing. But hey, Joe, have you did the new update on your
Mavic Air 2 update, one glitch after another?
Yeah, and this is actually something that's going on, Mel. I don't know if you have this drone out of Mavic Air 2, but the latest update is literally just screwing the freaking drone to shit. I'm glad that I haven't done it. I haven't done the new update, but basically messing with the gimbal. If you fly it will start shitting.
So plug it into DJI Assistant and downgrade the firmware to the previous version. Boom, problem solved.
Yep, I updated mine this late this morning. I haven't flown the bird yet, so
yeah, I did too tonight.
And so I may just go ahead and backdate it tonight.
Test it first.
Oh, I'm going to.
I don't understand what the DJI just put out bullshit. What? I mean, it's such a big, huge billion-dollar company. Why did they not know what the hell they're doing before they release the firmware update? Because just their own update with their own birds.
I've talked to people about those very same kind of things, Adrian. It's like, why did they put the Mavic Air 2 out with OcuSync 2 and not make it compatible with the smart controller when they first released it? Why didn't they just do that? Why make the people wait and say, well, how come it's not compatible? When's it going to be? Why not just make it work from the get-go? Just like this camera right here. DJI put out a bunch of information about live stream from the Osmo Action.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the shit don't work. So why put it out there if it don't work? I'm with you, Adrian. I'm with you.
So
well, you got to remember one thing, gentlemen. You said it right. You have a multi-billion-dollar corporation. R&D is one thing. Research and development on the electronics is another. And they don't talk.
Oh, wait a minute. You just said R&D and research and development. That's the same thing, R&D.
For the firmware side. The software side being one, the research and development for new drones. So when you're looking at it, the R&D and the firmware development for the drone, they don't talk to each other. It's just like, Mel, you came up with that last update, and you had to backdate your smart controller because it wouldn't work. But then at the same time, that update allowed for the the Phantom 4 V2 to be upgraded onto it. And supposedly then that Fly app was the next one. So they could. Why wasn't the Air 2 put onto it? It's OcuSync 2. It's the same thing.
That's what I said. Why didn't they put that on when they released the drone?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. They don't talk. I've heard that from several people that are in the know.
it is a separate division.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the real problem is, in my opinion, is sales department and marketing doesn't communicate with manufacturing and R&D.
Well, and the stuff that they put in, when we've seen it with Ortel too, the stuff that they
Sure.
put in the marketing, the drones doesn't meet those qualifications.
Well, you know what they're going to do next is they're going to have a smart controller 2, and then that'll be compatible with the Mavic Air 2 along with the Mavic 3. They're just doing it to make money.
I don't doubt it. They've already got a smart controller enterprise version for the M300 drone. So the Sendence remote controller is already outdated. Are you kidding me?
Well,
This
they
is another,
got a new drone. They're going to get a new controller.
Yeah.
this is one thing that I actually looked at, Jim. They got a DJI Mavic 2 Pro for $1,419. That would be the drone with the regular remote.
All right.
But then they sell the smart remote by itself for like $800. But then you could, but you could either, or you have another choice to buy the DJI Mavic 2 Pro or the Zoom for an extra $300. You could actually get the drone and the smart controller.
I don't know. Extra 300?
No. For example, again, the Mavic 2 Pro and the remote control is $1,419.
And how much is a Flymore combo for it?
But it's not even a final combo. It's just the drone and the smart controller for $1,819.
Oh, okay. So then you add in a Flymore combo, and what do you end up with? How much is a Flymore combo on that one? Anybody know?
About $2,500.
Okay. I bought the Mavic 2 Pro, Flymore combo, and smart controller package for $2,150 last year. I called my dealer, and the best she could do was $2,300, and I bought it from this other guy, $2,150.
Before that, I got mine. I think it was 1786 or 1876. But before that tax thing, the tariff went into effect.
Yeah,
I still don't think the tariff had any effect on the individual drone price here in the States.
No,
I think it did, man.
The drones are already here in the warehouses.
Right.
US
Yeah,
warehouse.
exactly. And the amount per drone on the tariff would be pennies. You know, it wouldn't be $100 per drone. You know,
right.
it would be pennies. So it had
Well, it
no
depends on
effect.
how much you're talking about, because right now it's 25%.
But the cost of the drones didn't go up 25% with the tariff.
No, I'm saying the cost of it coming in is a 25% tariff coming into the United States now. It used to be 10, and now it's up to 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the cost of the drones didn't go up 15% more.
Plus,
The
they already
tariff.
had the drones here.
I'm talking about the new ones coming in, even like the Airs and stuff, the new Air.
Well,
The 25% tariffs has been on since last year.
Well,
but
yeah,
they
it's
still
that new
managed
tariff
to
they
make
just
the
did.
Mavic Air 2
Everybody
and
still
the
refers
Mavic
it as a
Mini
new tariff.
at a lower cost.
Yeah. Because my friend that's the president of Nordhaven, they're the ones that still got the shaft because their contracts don't cover an increase in tariff. When you're talking a $4 million yacht, and then you've got a 10% tariff you got to do, and then all of a sudden now it's 25% that you got to come up with out of your pocket in order to pay for import that vessel into the States.
That vessel's Chinese made?
It's built over there.
That's too
Yeah.
bad. Buy Sea Ray. Buy American.
They ought to be buying them in is it the Philippines? There's some
You
really
know-
nice
you know-
yacht makers in like the Philippines and a
Yeah.
couple other places.
Well, it was ironic because when all this was going on, they were trying to formulate a new plant, And where did they put the new plant? Turkey. And then the problem with Turkey started up, and he just goes, I'm ready to give up. But at least there's no tariffs coming in out of there, and they're able to proceed now for their new models.
Well, that's good. And that kind of goes back to that other topic we were on. I'm thinking, you know, if you can afford to buy a $4 or $5 or $10 million freaking boat,
Yeah.
you're not worried about a little 20% tariff. You know, that just pocket change. Get it done.
Well, for them, it's the company that's having to eat it because it's not written into their. It is now, but when those contracts were written years ago, because you're talking about a boat being built, you're not going to receive it for 2 years from that contract signed. So you're talking about 2 years down the road before you're going to be getting that vessel. And you know, now all of the new contracts are written in there with a tariff clause.
And see, in the transportation business that I was in for 30 years,
Yeah.
everything had a tariff clause in it for 30 years. So I don't understand why. If anybody was doing anything with overseas, why would you not put tariff clauses and stuff? I mean, to me, it didn't make no sense.
Good question.
I don't care where overseas. You know, I don't care what country.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with something out of the United States, you know there's going to be tariffs. There's going to be taxes to bring it into the country.
Yeah.
Wrapping up, man, that's no fun. What the hell's the
Yes,
matter with you?
somebody's got to go to the doctor in a few hours.
Steve?
No, me.
Oh, you.
I got more of these to drink and a colonoscopy to do.
Somebody's going to be knocking on Jimmy's back door.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve. Yeah.
Say hello to my little friend.
I'm a virgin, boys.
Okay, well, now no more. In a little bit, you're about to be deflowered. Sorry.
Yep. You're gonna show up tomorrow, Jim, and you're gonna have a daisy on the shelf back there behind
Hey,
you.
Jim.
Nah, I
listen,
don't think so.
Jim, listen. Make sure, Jim, that when he does it, right? If you can't arrest your shoulder, make sure you know what I mean. Hey,
Adrian, you heard the saying, put my ass out? I mean it literally. Because
As
you
a
ain't
joke-
going that way with me awake.
As a joke, you really should put a daisy on the shelf behind you when you come online next time. That'd be funny. People would ask you, what the hell's a daisy for? Well, Jim, thanks for having the show tonight. Thanks for sending an email and inviting me. I'm glad you let me in, and I appreciate it. And I think we had some good conversation and some good laughs and a good time.
Yeah. It was
No,
good.
we did, even if some of it was at Jim's expense.
You know, when you're the host, that's just part of the territory.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Adrian,
And I even learned something about the
Adrian.
Windows tonight.
Jim.
yes.
Yeah. Everybody have a good evening. And I
You too,
heard you
Mel.
say you went live with your drone, so you got that working, right?
Yes, Mel. I did it with my first drone that I was telling you about, the Mavic Air 1. I finally got it to work, and I actually did another one tonight with the 2 Zoom. So yeah, I got it done. I got it down packed. Working
Right
fine.
on.
Thank you. Appreciate
All
you.
right. Which way did you use? Did you use the regular YouTube or did you use RMTP?
Regular YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean-
you've got enough subscribers.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Well, that wasn't always the problem. It was because mine was doing a lot of spinning.
Yeah, I was getting the same issue at first too.
When it says live, Mel, you're not really live. The damn thing is just sitting.
That's
and
because your app is not connected to your YouTube channel. I found that out because mine was doing that. You have to actually sign in to your YouTube channel through the app, not through YouTube or direct. You have to sign in through the app, and then it'll work. Knocking on double barrel shot.
Thanks for coming, John. Agent K, appreciate it. Lloyd, Al.
I'm going to bounce and let everybody else say their good nights. Thank you, Jim.
I'll see you later, man. Have a good night,
Good night,
both, man.
Mel.
See you guys.
Joe, I
See.
appreciate you coming on, man.
Had a good time. Thanks for letting me on.
Every week, we think of something to talk about. We don't plan a damn thing. We just start talking. Right, Adrian?
That's right. That's right. So, Joe, now you got Jim live stream, mine tomorrow. Make sure you bring you on the Friday one, because we will have a lot of shit to talk about on Friday.
Yeah, I might have to check my firmware now on that Mavic Air too. Might have to downgrade. I'm kind of nervous to take it out.
Yes, you do. I haven't done mine yet, and I'm not going to do it until they get this shit together.
It didn't even ask me. I was just playing with the settings, and it said new upgrade, and I said, well, I better go do it, and now I regret it.
Well,
I
you know
always
what?
wait a few days to see what other people say, honestly.
You know what? Take it out and fly it just in an open area and get it up, fly it around, and see how it works before you backdate it.
What's he mean by robot? I guess with the gimbal, he was having issues with it, or it was just breaking up FPV, or
I don't know. Bob, can you
I think it
tell
was
us?
Bob Casey, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob, can you tell us what it was doing? Was it doing something crazy?
Actually, hold on, because I was just looking at
He said he had an all in caps robot, and I didn't understand what he was saying.
That it acted like a robot.
Do any one of you guys follow eDrone?
E-drone? No.
Does he do FPV?
No, he actually have the
Oh, he
Mavic
said it was jumpy.
too as
It's
well.
glitching.
I'm about to tell you right now. Hold on, because he actually put up something on his channel. And hold on, Jim, don't go yet. Let me see if I can actually find a circle. Actually, do the screen share and show you exactly what the problem is. How do I do the screen share, Jim? And then you go good. And I hit screen share first.
You hit screen share first, and then you pick the screen.
You pick
that
the
it's on.
screen you want to share.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I see it pop up, I'll put it on.
Oh, damn. What? It says application window or Chrome tab. What do I choose?
Whatever one you have open with that one.
Do you have that on a Chrome tab? Another YouTube channel?
Got
It's
it.
probably a
Okay,
Chrome
there you
tab.
go. I just did it, Jim.
All right.
Just
All
look
right,
at
can
the-
everybody see this?
Yeah.
Okay, now, Joe and also Steve, if you actually read it, this is actually the new update that was made.
You may want to wait and see how other users' experiences are before updating by checking the online forums. Glad to see DJI has been listening to all of us and making progress to something.
Now, and if you look and you read it, Steve and Joe, it pretty much tells you what the new update is going to do, but unfortunately, it's not really doing it now.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows some good stuff like the added switch to
Yeah, the
automatic.
speed too, maximum flight speed.
Yeah.
Correct.
I guess is that on sport mode or just normal
Yeah,
mode?
on
you're talking about?
sport mode. Ash from Droning On put out a video on it too.
And also it's showing that it's optimized smart return, optimized performance when using waypoints.
Wow. You mean this thing was not telling you when GPS was failing?
There's only one GPS and one IMU on board too.
Holy cow.
And
Edit
then-
prompts to the
and then
Fly
it's-
app to tell you when
Yeah.
GPS is having problems.
Correct. So this is exactly what the issue was right here. And then of course you see all this crap right here. That's why I wanted you and Jim to go ahead and let Bob keep his little thing up. That way we'll show you exactly what it was. I mean, I'm not doing the update until they get this shit together. And
Now
if I did,
was that off from his Twitter page, or where was that off from?
that was on YouTube.
Because I'm on his YouTube page and I don't see.
You know when you click on it and then you show the tab, I think like where you look up his what you call it, what says home videos. You gotta go in the community.
Community.
He was flying his drone back to himself. He looked at the monitor and it froze. Then it came back and then went 50 feet. It was doing turns on its own. That's scary.
And a matter of fact, Steve, remember when I told you that I had a little surprise for you?
Yeah.
You gotta go on my community to see it. It wasn't a video. It was actually something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
On my community part. You saw it, right, Joe?
I
Yeah,
didn't.
I saw
I'll go there now.
We saw it. Yeah, that's why I always wait before I update. And sometimes,
and it's funny, Jim, because I was actually going to do it as well. But something told me don't mess with it because first of all, I couldn't even deal with it because my batteries are actually not even fully charged. So I couldn't even do it anyway if I wanted to. But before I actually did my flight, remember when I did my last video, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was gonna do it then, but then I said, you know what? Nah, I'll do that later.
Good
Because
call.
I wanted to use my battery, and I'm glad I did not freaking mess with it because I would have been pissed thinking I did something wrong and it's the freaking update.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they fix it in the next day or two. Who knows?
I mean, if everybody start throwing a tantrum, you know what I mean, and get pissed off, then yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I can't even fly my shit, you know what I mean, the way it was before, then you know what's just give me my money back. Give me every penny back, and I'll take it. And you can shove the drone up your ass. I'll buy me something else.
Pretty much. Yeah. I guess you know Hubson's got their new Xeno 2 Plus. And it's only got a 1 kilometer difference in range.
So it's coming.
Huh?
So is that a done deal?
In China, it is. It should be in the next month. Who knows?
I wonder how much it's gonna cost.
That's $3,500 on the website.
No, no. I'm not doing it. No. Hell no. No, I mean, Jim could buy it for me and send it to me. I appreciate it, but I'm not buying it. How you doing, Rob?
Xeno Pro Plus 2.
I'll stick with what I
Same
have.
battery and everything.
See,
they
this
just put
bullshit.
I'll just draw a plus on mine and say it's the plus.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, hell no. So, Jim. Hey, Jim, do me a favor. When you go, before you have your thing going on, do a live stream. Let everybody see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm speechless, Adrian.
I'll tell the nurse to hold the camera.
First of all, Steve, remember when he actually saw my ass being electrocuted with a damn Luten's unit and he was laughing his ass off and he wanted me to crank up the goddamn speed? Yeah, let him live stream the goddamn colonoscopy. I will be eating my popcorn.
But and chew ice.
That time, yes.
Wow, Adrian, thank you. I just went to your community page. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
You're welcome, boss man. You're welcome. Actually,
kind words.
I also love the comment that Rick Harper went ahead and posted today on the same thing too. Did you read that?
Yeah.
You're welcome, man. My pleasure. I did the same thing. I do that to a lot of people, and people don't have to ask. It does, I already did several for Jim, and his jackass won't even pay attention to it.
And I'm notorious. I do not go to people's community page. I don't know why. I just, I haven't. Yeah.
Maybe you should. Because they pop on my screen anytime Jim have one. They pop on my screen, and I say what I have to say, but he never replies. Not one.
Yes, I do.
Doggone it, no, you don't.
Yes, I do. You know it.
Do me a favor, drink a lot of water and take your little laxative. That thing needs to be clean, Jim. It needs to be clean.
I know.
We don't want no accidents.
That's no joke.
We don't want no accidents.
They clean you out like the stuff is terrible, Adrian. Wait till you hit 50, man.
But see, the Brumpy blogger went ahead and said something earlier.
Hey.
In reference to that, he said something like, make sure that you don't fart something, because if you fart, you might, something that might come out. The other day, I actually did that. I was at work, and I was about to clock it and turn in my paperwork. And, man, I had to let one go, and then I did, and I shorted. It was fucking embarrassing because I had to go into the bathroom, take my freaking clothes off, get my underwear, put it in a plastic bag, wear my pants without freaking underwear, you know what I mean? And then I really hide it. It was embarrassing, man. I had to walk from my truck, the work truck, all over to the office. It was like 200 yards away. And I'm like, right here. Hopefully it won't seep out. And it didn't. I was squeezing my ass. Oh my God, that was freaking embarrassing.
All right. On that note, gentlemen, we are leaving.
Good night. I need
See y'all
details.
later. Have a good night.
I need details Friday
Good
about
night,
that.
Joe.
Yeah.
Night,
All right.
Steve, Jim, and Adrian.
I'll see you later, Joe.
See you
See you
later.
later.
See you later. And again, Steve, you're welcome. It was my